Boys. It's been a while. Obviously, also girls. I don't know if any girls are actually watching this. I'd be very surprised, but I mean, given it's International Women's Day, um, I don't wanna, I don't wanna cut you out. So if there's any girls, raise your hands, and I wish you the best. May women have the same rights as men one day. XRP to the moon, says Chad. What an aptly name, my dear. What an aptly named YouTube name. Oh God, I'm really fucked up. I don't know why. I've been sleeping really poorly the last few days. That's why, like, I said I would do a weekend stream, and I was just like, I was like, I cannot. I'm just too tired. So that's gonna be an interesting one, but it's getting better. So I'm back on the stream. Flary Reuter says, good morning, audio and video good. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'm long alter tweet XRP moin. I don't understand. I think it's a mix of German and English. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to talk about XRP, obviously. That's been nice in a sea of red. We're going to talk about altcoins because they've been getting shit on, like hard, in the last few days. And then we're going to obviously also go over Bitcoin. But I want to keep this quite casual because, I don't know, don't feel like doing it professionally. That's that's what we're stuck with. Just someone that just just shit talks, and I'm not in the condition to make any valid arguments anyway. So if I say something stupid, it's because I'm tired, not because I'm stupid, or maybe also because I'm stupid. But yeah, we'll see. What a progressive take. I mean, I don't know. I think everyone should be valued the same, man or woman. Now, like, I don't agree with a lot of the ways people try to achieve it, but at least they're trying to achieve it, right? So it's better trying to achieve it than not doing anything at all. It's just I wish people would do it with a little bit more substance behind what they're doing. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that argument on Women's Day. And I mean, someone posted on Twitter today, women are my favorite gender, and I do have to agree. So by far, actually. You're still in XRP, looks like the only thing with a pulse. I actually bought more, and that's been nice to me. Altcoins in a bear market, damn, yeah, it's been rough out here. I mean, Bitcoin's been like a little bit shitty too. Like, this is not the best looking chart I've ever seen. It's one of the most odd charts I've ever seen, I'll tell you that much. But we'll go over all the time frames, and then we can talk about the altcoins. So high time frame, and this is something we've been discussing, right? Now let me hide this real quick. We hit resistance, and resistance resisted. Shocker, huh? But in general, like on the monthly, we still have some room to go. Technically, 19, 20K, that's the support. That's where I'll turn very, very bullish again. But we're not there yet. And I mean, I'm in position, so I'm taking the L along with everyone else. I sold the top 25K, and then I rebought 23K because I was like, fuck the technicals, fuck the bears, and well, shouldn't have fucked the technicals because they've been clean. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a pullback. That makes sense, right? Good resistance here at 22, 23K, 23.5 actually. And good support down here. And if we break that resistance, like if we pull back here and then bounce, next target 35K, I'm still believing this is actually the bottom, has been the bottom, will be the bottom. But yeah, still pulling back. And on the weekly time frame, we have this situation, and let me actually keep this only on the daily. That we've been rejected by resistance, retraced most of the green candle, and are now going sideways, right? And the S&P's taking a little bit of a hit, but I mean, Bitcoin went down before the S&P ever took a hit, so we cannot say like this is just by the S&P. We've had a lot of bad news, and we've had, like I said, now like in the last few days, we've had the S&P struggle as well. So that's where a little bit of the recent weakness comes from. But I mean, we've had quite a bit of weakness in general. And I think that's caused by monthly and weekly resistance, right? So that makes sense. On the weekly time frame, we're also still away from support. Support is 21K and then 19K. This is confluent with monthly support. So I think like if it goes there, that's a strong buy. Otherwise, I mean, 21K is the support, that more aggressive support. And I think in general, the best time frame right now, I mean, the monthly and the weekly are great, right? If you want to buy and if you want to be very, very conservative. So basically, if you want to buy the bottom, if we get like an aggressive bottom on this, I think that's 19 to 20K. Like if this properly pukes. So that's what the monthly and the weekly are for, right? If you just want to put bids and walk away, you want to put them there. Now, if you want to be a little bit more active, right? The best time frame right now, in my opinion, is actually the daily, right? So I think if we go back above 23K, so above this box, we actually look very, very strong here, right? And we've seen these kind of dumps before where you have a strong aggressive move, you bounce a little, and then you push to new lows, and then you actually just full send it. This has happened before, right? Not saying this has to be the same way. That's why I outlined the monthly and weekly support. But if we get that, right, I think the most sane play is actually just buying the reclaim of 23K. That's going to be a worse price, but only marginally. And I think if we reclaim 23K, we're going to go to 30K plus. So that's like, you still have a lot of room to go from there. And you don't have the risk that you get if you play aggressively here, because monthly and weekly support are a little bit lower, and so what you have is basically if you wanna just have like an idea how I would trade it if I didn't already have a position basically from down here, would be resting bids at 19 to 20K, and I might actually still add if we go there, buying into 23K breakout. So like if you want to be bullish, those are the two things that you can do. Anything beyond that is aggressive, like very, very aggressive. So that can work. I'm not a hater. Like I said, I bought 23K after having sold 25K, but still. So, I mean, I'd be happy if it just goes up, but the same play, I think, is either lower or higher, not right here. Because basically, we got rejected on all time frames, and we broke the daily too, right? So, range high. This is the range. That's the range high here. And we used it as support. We had a fake out, and then we have another test. That's not the best in the world, right? That's not a good look. So to rescue this, we probably need a little bit of help from the S&P, and two, I mean, just need some willing buyers basically. And you're gonna see there's gonna be a lot of FOMO back above 23K. Basically, it's the easy trade, and I like easy trades usually. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. It's very straightforward. I think you buy 19 or 20K, or you buy above 23. That's all there is to do on Bitcoin. Now coming to altcoins, right? And today it's going to be a little bit shorter, I think, because there's not, like, when it's this simple, there's actually not that much to talk about, because there's really only two things, like I said, on Bitcoin. And with the altcoins, we can scroll through all of them, but they're all doing the same thing, right? You see all of them, besides XRP, are just mega dumping, right? Lido is down 6%, Mask is down 11%, Solana is down almost 10%, And then everything else, like, so the outperformer to the downside, so like the ones that had like big moves, like Solana and Mask and Lido, they're all down like 5 to 10%. And then the other ones, basically the ones that haven't been going up super aggressively, they're down 3 to 5, right? So you have Link being down 4, Litecoin being down 3.5, like, and you can basically go through the list. It's all the same, and that basically means they're just kind of like, I think in general, like people are risking off because they're worried. This happens all the time when Bitcoin looks a little bit shitty and people are like, oh, maybe it's a bear market after all. They usually de-risk their altcoins because they're terrified, and that makes sense. So altcoins been struggling. I've been saying this is a Bitcoin like centric rally, and it's been that way, right? I've had too many arguments with people. The Bitcoin pairs on average have been suffering ever since Bitcoin went up. There's a few that outperformed, but even those, like I said, are down 10% now. Like Solana, for example, look at this. It had a massive bounce off of the capitulation, and now it's struggling big time. Just broke through support. I don't know why this box is so big. And I mean, it's hitting support levels now, but I mean, it's just not nice, right? If you're stuck in it, Solana against Bitcoin is down 30%, and that's not the only one, right? And like I said, Mask, for example, that's been one that's been moving big, both to the up and the downside, and that's also like down 40%. On the USD pair, not on the Bitcoin pair. Like the ones that move big have been struggling big time. The only thing that is a little bit different is ETH. ETH's been just chugging along. I think I said last week that I really liked ETH because it's showing relative strength, and I still think this is true. I think ETH's like if you want to play altcoins and if you want to be brain dead, you just trade ETH. And I think that's a good play. Like I like ETH here. I like look at this Bitcoin chart and I'm like, it's actually quite nice. Like even if this breaks down, I think it's gonna outperform other altcoins. So you're gonna have to pick very wisely if you want to outperform ETH. And which is quite funny, right? Because people trying to 200 IQ things, ETH's been just strong, and it's been one of the better performers. So yeah, ETH BTC tested this resistance a million times. I think if we go there again, we're gonna break out. And yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for the support to be hit, but it does really not look like this support's gonna hit to me. If anything, we're gonna go here, wick, I think, and then come back up and then go. So I like ETH in general. I think ETH's the play on the altcoin front, the one where you cannot really do anything wrong, or like at least not as much as on other altcoins. And I already outlined my Bitcoin ideas. And ETHUSD also so far holding support, but that's getting quite tight, right? 1.5K, you would like that to hold. Oh, excuse me. Because that's the prior all-time high. Anything below there starts looking worse. And I mean, the support's kind of shit now that we've been on it so long. So anything below 1.5K has to be very brief. So if we nuke here and then come back up, that's okay. But if we kind of start bleeding out, then it starts looking quite shitty. So yeah, but I still like ETH over a lot of other things. And the big one that's been outperforming the last few days has been XRP. I actually bought some during those days. I got in at around 0.37 on XRP, basically because one, we got some positive SEC versus courts action. Basically, the SEC struggled to win a few cases, and they got a little bit of pushback. So, like, when you get that, when finally you have the courts being like, oh, this is kind of like overreaching a little bit, that's going to get people interested in the XRP case again, right? That was my narrative. So I bought. And yeah, the XRP case is going to come in soon anyway. So I bought some, and it's been going up even though everything else has been going down. So XRP's been the strong one. There's not really, like, I just want to own this basically, and I have owned this, but only a little. Now I have quite a bit more. So I just bought this because I think if the XRP case goes well, that's going to be some multiples on XRP. But yeah, right now it's at resistance. So on the USD pair. So if it breaks that, it's going to start looking really good, but it has to break that. And right now we have a little bit of weakness all across the board. So we're going to have to wait and see. But I like the XRP. I like the narrative that we could get. And yeah, I'm just playing that. And so far it looks good, but that can change really quickly. I don't want to shill anyone into XRP because XRP is a piece of shit. So take it with a grain of salt. It's just what I'm doing. Not necessarily the best idea. Could be. I don't know. Hey, Don, can you check DYDX, please? Weekly still looks like it can recover, but every lower time frame looks terrible. DXDY. I always do it wrong. Okay, let's look at it. Oof. I mean, that had a breakout that got stiffed. I don't like those. I mean, I don't like it. You said weekly still looks like it can recover. I mean, I'm guessing, like, to me, the weekly looks the shittiest. I haven't even looked at the other time frames, but that's not nice. It's basically the exact same setup that you had at the low. Basically a range. You had a false breakdown. You had a false breakout. So that can go literally anywhere. I don't have anything on this coin. I'm curious. I know no one trades this, but I mean, that looks a little bit better, but still. Yeah, altcoin's been getting shit on. And I'm not necessarily sure if that's going to stop anytime soon. That's why you hold Bitcoin, right? Like, if you're bullish on the market, you hold Bitcoin, and then you hold a bunch of altcoins because you want to get some, like, if once you think altcoins can outperform, and I mean, they haven't really been doing that too much. They're just like, altcoins are a trade. Bitcoin is the place where you want to kind of voice your opinion on the market. But yeah, it's not that great. I don't have anything. Like, that's just not nice. But that's, like, the thing is, that's every altcoin right now. Like, altcoins in general just are breaking down. For example, one of the crowd favorites, Lido, right? Had a breakout above 2.9, 2.8, like this area it's been struggling with. And stiffed it too. But this is a little bit stronger. It looks a little bit better. Actually, don't mind it too much right now. Like, this has been, like, everything's been a little bit weak. So with regards to altcoins, I cannot really give good advice because, I mean, it just looks garbage across the board. There's only very, very few coins that look okay. But yeah, this is Lido support, like, around 2. I might actually buy some around 2 if you get it, because I wanted to own some Lido. But that's gonna, like, that's another one where I would just buy in and walk away. Forget about it, basically. XO says we're going to new lows. I don't like that guy. On what? If he says we're gonna go to new lows on Bitcoin, I mean, just I don't know where that would come from, but fair enough. If he says on altcoins, I mean, that's fair. Could be. I could see new lows on altcoins. I cannot see new lows on Bitcoin, but I mean, something that you have to keep in mind is that there's a bunch of people that cheerlead positions, basically. So, for example, like there's some people that are always bearish. And for some reason, like most of the people that have trader in their name, like Trader XO, Trader SC, all of those, they're generally bearish. Like Trader SC, for example, was bearish the entire way up here. And then he remains bearish all the way down, which, I mean, is fair, right? Like if you can trade this on the bearish side, I mean, I'm impressed. If you can make money shorting from 10 to 60K. But if you don't lose your marbles and you can make more money on the way down, fair enough. I don't know. I've not seen their trades. But there's a few people on Twitter that basically they're generally bearish and they're always going to be bearish. And then there's a few people on Twitter that are always bullish. And from a trading perspective, you just kind of have to know that because they're always going to say it. And some people can actually trade that way. I would argue it's almost impossible. Like if you're that strongly on one side only. But you can trade that way. I just don't think it's necessarily the best way to look at markets. But yeah, I'm not hating on anyone. I'm way too tired for it. I need to be in a different mood to hate on people. But yeah, it's just something that you will notice the longer you're around. Like some people hate this. Like some people just hate life. And hate crypto and hate everything, and they're gonna be bearish. And then there's some people that are just like always bullish, and it's just how it is. And there's people who will stay sidelined forever. Yes, of course. I mean, always the case. SC longed 18 to 23K. Yeah, I mean, there's always like a few trades in between. But like the thing is, like all of like, I mean, you can just kind of read where their mindset. I'm not saying that they shorted from 10K to 60K. I'm saying you can read it in their comments. Like the moment you get a dip, you get like, oh, this is like, it's over. It doesn't mean that they're shorting anything. It's just cheerleading basically. And there's a group of people on CT that always cheerleads every bearish move, and then there's a group that always cheerleads every bullish move. And they might not even be trading any of it. They're just like cheerleading it. And that's happens all the time. And it's the way to kind of get big on Twitter. It's like the secret code to make it on Twitter. If you're obnoxiously bullish or bearish, people will love you for it. Dawn, how's your girlfriend? Third trimester yet? Yes, she's in the third trimester. Doing great. Yeah, she's good. The little one's doing good as well. It's all good. Yeah, I actually picked out the ring for her today. So yes, big news. So that's gonna be fun. Oh, congrats, thanks. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. I mean, she's not gonna watch this show because I mean, who in their right mind would watch this? But yeah, don't tell her. Hi Dawn, what are your thoughts on whatever? I mean, if I don't even know the ticker, I'm not gonna look into it. Would be fun if she says no. That would be quite funny indeed, but no. I very much know that she would not. Did you inscribe your seed phrase? Do you want to like murder us and then just steal the ring? Is that the play? No. Inscriptions are big these days. Yeah, we'll see. The the guy that made the ring did offer that as well. So if she wants something inscribed, she will get it. Don, do you think those bigger CT accounts use their followers to pump and dump coins for the exit? It depends. So if you see someone shilling Bitcoin, if you see someone shilling ETH, if you see someone shilling Litecoin, XRP, no. Like you can tweet about like any of these and you can push it like maybe 1% or 2% if you want to. If you're like very aggressive, maybe even 5%, but that's like on thin liquidity. It's not gonna happen, right? The big coins, no. But if you go further down the list on CoinMarketCap and people are starting to shill, like if you see someone shill anything below $100 million market cap, coin-wise, there's a good chance that they want you to buy. So not necessarily to dump on you, but to make the thing look better so they can dump on you higher. Unless they're like these fundamental guys, but I think the fundamental guys, they're just like a lot of the gem seekers, basically the ones that trade low market cap coins, they're just pump and dumpers in disguise. So yes, it depends. But no one's gonna exit liquidity on Bitcoin, and no one's gonna exit liquidity you even on like XRP or like Link, for example. Like that's just not gonna happen. Is Data Dash good, trusted? From what I've seen, no, but I don't watch his content too much. Data Dash, I think like back in the day he was trying to be decent, but from what I like the recent content, at least in the last 2 years, from what I saw, is very, very like O-faced clickbait. Whenever one advice that I can give anyone that is new to the space, if you see someone making like faces on their thumbnails, you absolutely do not want to listen to them regarding anything. This is like life advice. You see anyone make like an O face or like a oh shit face or whatever on a thumbnail on a YouTube video, run the fuck away or take it as entertainment. Anything else, you're just gonna lose your money. It's just how it is. Like, you cannot tell me any of the people that do this actually give good, like make good content. Like no one does. It's basically the one big telltale sign that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Why? Because basically they're just there to get you to click on it. Like they're not trying to get you to be like, oh, this is good content. Like just slowly like build something nice. They're just like, I want to get all of these people with like, basically, I mean, it's clickbait for one, but that's not the worst part. They're basically sensationalizing stuff. And if you listen, like if you're trading and you're listening to sensationalized stuff, you're going to lose your money. It's just how it is. Like anyone that sensationalizes stuff is going to get you wrecked if you listen to them. Yeah, they try to hype you up, says Nalza. Exactly right. And the last thing that you want to be when you're trading is being hyped up. It's just how it is. Like the more hyped up you get, the worse decisions you're gonna make. So if you see an O face, they're trying to speak to that like non-analytic, stupid part of your brain. And if they do this in the thumbnail, they will do it in the video. Like it's just, I mean, you cannot tell me that it's otherwise. I've not seen any good content from someone that's posted an O face or like any of these face thingies that they do where they look stupid. Do you know how much Crypto makes of ref links? I know that's in the millions, but I don't know concrete numbers. Like during the bull market, it was like almost $1 million a day, as far as I understood. So, I mean, like that's the thing, right? So I just told you, like, I mean, the numbers, right? Like roughly what you can make. And then imagine you're in that guy's shoes and you know that if you kind of get people to emotionally click on your link and make them trade no matter the direction, you can make like $1 million a day, there's a good chance that you would be doing it too, right? This is the last thing that I want to do. Like, I'd rather jump out a window than sit there and make like stupid faces into a camera and try to make you click on a link so I can make money off of your trading mistakes. But it's not necessarily, and I don't want to be like hold it and do whatever. I don't know, but it's just like, it's not for me. But yeah, if you know that person just needs you to do something to make a shitload of money, you know that they will probably do it. What the fuck, $1 million a day doing what? Just chilling your ref link. You just need to get enough volume on your ref link. But not $1 million a day from ref links only. During the height, like, this is not every day, but like during the peak where everyone is like trading on it, easily. I mean, the thing is, like, I posted a ref link once when back in the day when BitMEX was down, in 2018, BitMEX crashed, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. I'm also trading on, back in the day, I was trading on Deribit too, BitMEX and Deribit, and I was hedging my BitMEX position when BitMEX went down. I was like, I mean, click on my ref link, or like, you should check Deribit out because they were decent. Here's the ref link. And I got, I think it was 200 people to sign up, and this was like in the bear market. 200 people, and I made, I think, like, I don't know, like 150,000 off of that ref link that one time posting it. Like 100,000, I think, but it could be more. I haven't actually checked that account in 2 years or something, so maybe there's still something on it. But yes, you don't understand how much money these people make. And then it's always funny when people are like, oh, you're selling out, whatever, because I just need to push a ref link and I make 10 times the amount that you make from like working with someone or doing something. It's just, I don't necessarily want to push people into leverage casinos. Like, if anything, and I mean, I'm like, okay, this is where you can use leverage, but the ref link thing has been like hard for me to kind of work with. But at the end of the day, I honestly don't think it's a bad thing, because people are gonna do it anyway, as long as it's not done with the intent to make those people take stupid trades. So during the bull market, how much would a popular trader make off of ref links a day? I have no idea. I've never shielded. But I know that like a couple people make millions off of their ref link. Like, it's not even uncommon to make $1 million off of your ref link. I mean, we've been, Cred and I have been talking with like people that want to kind of sponsor this show, basically. And we had like a call with like a gentleman from like an exchange, a smaller one. And they were like, okay, like people that have like 20, 30, 40,000 followers make like almost 6 figures a month. So why are you not just like shilling ref links? I don't understand. It's basically what he told us, which, I mean, we've just been not wanting to do. But like small accounts even make quite a bit. Can make. Doesn't have to, obviously, but can. I've not done it. I might do it down the line, because I think like at some point people want to trade, let them trade, but I will never tell people to take a stupid trade just so I can make more of their ref link. Like, I don't care about the money. So now we're gonna like, this show has like we have like 350 viewers right now, and then like, I don't know, like 5, 6, 7, 8,000 people are gonna watch it, and they're all gonna try to become influencers. But yeah, I don't know. It's just how it is. Here's an idea: shill a raffling for a month, donate proceeds to your audience. Like for example, right now, if I shill the raffling, I don't think there would be much money coming in because it's so deep in the bear market. But we could try it. Yeah, I'm down further down the line. If we find someone new to work with, we can do stuff like that. At least on this Wednesday show. I don't really care. Anyway, that's that. Now we got totally lost. But yeah, any other questions? Probably shouldn't talk about this. I don't think people talk about it. I don't really actually know why, because I mean you can talk about like the raffling thing. And I think it's not really like, it's not a bad thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like anyone that shoots rafflings, like people like, oh, like they suck. I think it's the least troublesome thing because people are gonna trade anyway. But yeah. Can you show how to position above 23K, like just a daily reclaim? I mean, it's very simple. You look on this chart, right? You get a close above 23.2-ish, and you try to buy as close to this box as possible. That's all there is to it. It's not a bad thing at all. Doesn't hurt anybody. Yeah. The only, and this is like the only thing I don't like is when people like aggressively shill them, like shill rafflings, and then also give like shitty trades basically to get their volume up. That is something I don't like. But yeah. But now you understand where this is coming from. But I tell you, like during bear markets, there's nothing to be gained because basically there's like one period of time or like 2 or 3 during like extreme events where you can chill your raffling aggressively and make a lot. And then there's like this, basically this part where even if you shilled it, you wouldn't make much. So you have to time it right. But I told the story before, like a friend of mine actually just put like an ad for Binance during the 2017-18 bull market. He put an ad for Binance on Google and just put his Google ref link in there and made several millions off of that. Like just like a simple ad, like he paid like $1,000 a month or something to advertise for Binance, and he wasn't even using a scam link. But he could have, which is quite funny, right? Because people are actually clicking on, like they were clicking on the ad link, which is the worst thing you can ever do. Like if you Google something and you click on the ad, I mean, that's the best way to get completely wrecked. But he did that and put his ref link in there, and people signed up over his ref link on the ad page, and he made millions. Like a lot, like not even 10, like it was more than 10 million, if I remember right. Don, are you expecting an ETH dump after the Shanghai update? I'm not so sure. I don't know. I've never had an ad link actually take me to where it claims it's going to. Yeah, I mean, don't click on it. Never click on ad links. I'll tell you that. Someone said XRP is holding well. Yeah, XRP is doing great. Like, look at this. On the Bitcoin chart, this looks quite strong on the lower time frames. And the narrative hasn't even caught on yet. So I like XRP. That's why I bought more. It's just like, for example, even Litecoin, right? Litecoin's been struggling big time. It's all the way back to the range low. And if we lose that, I think we still have 10% more to go. Totally inside of my calculations, right? Because I was like, I mean, you had this massive move up. You can get a pullback before the next move. But yeah, it's struggling big time, and it's not the only thing that's struggling. But yeah, some people have been asking me about Litecoin. Basically, this is the chart, and I was hoping that we would break 100 on that go, but we didn't manage to, and it kind of looks like it wants to pull back to 77 now, and then go. I don't really like. I bought 60. I didn't sell when it got to 60. I'm not gonna sell anywhere close. Like I'm gonna, if we close below 77, that's where I start getting worried. Anything above there is still good to me. What will happen first? Cred goes on a date or shields a ref link? I mean, he goes on dates sometimes. He's just pretending not to blend in. Seems like alpha from narrative trading has been traded away. Why do you say that? I think narrative trading is the only thing that's been working. Like Lido, the narrative, like this pump is basically the ETH narrative. Aptos was like the biggest pump that you had. And that was AI narrative. And then, I mean, Litecoin, this push, like in comparison to a lot of other things, like Litecoin's still outperforming, right? Like, I mean, you just put Litecoin versus what's the shitcoin of the month? I mean, like, look, Litecoin's been massively outperforming ADA. That's also a narrative. Same with, I mean, you can just put anything really. It's been outperforming, right? It's just a little bit of weaker outperform. So like that's also a narrative, like the halving narrative, but that's not like the halving is like 140 days away. So that's not even half in play yet. So, but yeah, the narrative's been the way to go. I don't think the narrative alpha is something to laugh at. It's the only thing that's actually been trading. What do you think of Hisaka? I love the guy. We used to hang out in chat groups. Nowadays, I'm not in chat groups anymore. I don't have any friends. But yeah, always had pleasure interacting with him. He's a good guy. I like him. And I like the trades he puts out. Like he's usually on the right side of it. So... You currently have 360 friends. Appreciate that. But it's not true because only 77 people liked the video. So I only have 77 people that are my friends. It's just maths. But yeah, basically some of the weakness this week that we've gotten has been S&P based. That took a big hit based on Gensler doing Gensler things. Thanks for the show. Any traders you would recommend learning from? I've enjoyed Cred's course. I mean, you can go through my following list on Twitter and just pick out the people that you think are decent. I mean, those are the ones that I interact, talk with, whatever. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend every one of them. Like some of them are shit posters, some of whatever. But I mean, there's good people in there. J-Pow, yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm like so gone. I mean, Gensler has been doing work on crypto. J-Pow has been doing work on everything else. We've been getting fucked by people. It's not nice. But yeah, I'm just way too tired. So I think I'm going to cut it here. Not much to talk about anyway. I don't think there's much TA to be done on the S&P. It's just basically doing what we've been saying it's going to do. Just like chill in here. Yeah, I gave the outline on Bitcoin. I think that's the most important one to watch. It's basically we're bearish on the monthly, we're bearish on the weekly, we're bearish on the daily. If we reclaim 23K, that's going to be very bullish. If we hit 19 to 20K, if you don't buy, I think you're insane. Unless something tragic happens. Anything in here could go up, could go down, but technically we're coming from monthly and weekly resistance, so it's more likely to go down than up. I still have my Bitcoin, but then again I have a really good average entry, and I even made it better by selling 25 and rebuying lower, so I'm not really in any trouble. But yeah, I think that's it. ETH looks interesting to me. XRP looks quite good, and yeah, anything that's green today is an interesting one, I think, because everything's been getting shit on, and the green ones have been outperforming. Do you like GCR? I haven't actually been following too much, but I like I've seen quite a bit of good thesis and analysis from him, so probably, yeah. I mean, I don't really listen to any other traders. If anything, like I'm like, if someone has like a cool idea on a trade, fair enough, I will consider it. Like I'd be like, oh, this is actually a good idea, and then I'll think about the idea and if it makes sense in my head. But if I have like an idea, like if I say, okay, I think Bitcoin's gonna go up, and I see 10 traders that I respect being like, no, Bitcoin's gonna go down, I'm not gonna change my mind. So it's relatively meaningless of what I think of other people, because I never copy trade them, and I don't actually know what their positions are most of the time. So I cannot give you accurate insight in how good or bad they are. It's something that you have to judge for yourself. But yeah, I'm too tired. I'm losing it. But appreciate you guys coming by. I promise I'm gonna be more awake on Friday and then next week as well. And we're gonna go from there. So yeah, love you guys. Hope you're having an amazing middle of the week. Have had a great week, and I wish you the best week ahead. And we'll see each other or talk to each other or listen to each other on Friday. Love you. Bye bye.